Good morning and welcome everybody. My name is Wendy Hill. I'm joining you today from the Education and Training team at Carers New South Wales. We are wanting to spend the next half an hour just sharing with you some resources that were created and co-designed specifically for carers. And this will be the focus of today's presentation. So before we start, I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the lands on which we're all meeting today. I'm joining you from Darug country in the Hawkesbury, and I'd like to extend my respect to elders both past, present and emerging. So what we're wanting to do today is to share with you a range of resources that were created and co-designed specifically for carers. What we do know is that many carers are performing similar tasks and activities to that of a paid care worker, often without the training, support and risk management that paid care staff receive. We also know that carers come into their caring role. It could be quite suddenly or it could be quite gradual sort of over time. And people don't know what they don't know. So for many carers, trying to access information, practical skills and support at a time and place when they need it has been quite a challenge. So Carers New South Wales submitted a tender to the Commonwealth Government to create a range of resources specifically for carers. Now, these resources were funded under an aged care CHSP innovation grant. So they are created for carers of older people, but a lot of the skills are quite transferable. So what we've done is we've created a range of 6 training modules and a series of instructional videos, and I'm going to walk you through those today. We also, our education and training team, offer people the opportunity to have an introduction like this to the caring resources. They also could join a 90-minute discussion where we spend a little bit more time walking through the booklets. And carers are also welcome to join a 6-week course where we spend 2 hours each week working through one of the booklets and the videos and giving carers an opportunity to reflect on how those resources may apply to their own caring situation. So I'm going to just change screens now and just walk you through the actual resources that were created. Okay, so if I just start off with booklet 1 as an example. So what we've done is we've got 6 different booklets covering a range of topics. And they're designed in a way that carers can go straight to the contents page, straight to the topic of interest, click on the page and go straight to the information that they're seeking. And we've done this to make it much easier to navigate and find information for people. Each of the booklets is created in a similar way. So we've got our heading at the top. We've got what is the topic? Why is it important? When is it when is it relevant? And where can carers go for more information or more support? We've then given practical examples, or we've given how-to steps on how carers can actually apply those resources back to their personal situation. And what we have here is a home page to take people back to that contents page again to make sure those resources are really, really simple to navigate. So our first booklet is around positive approaches to caring. And we know that caring can be physically and emotionally challenging, and it can change the dynamic of people's relationships. So we have a number of approaches and strategies that carers may find helpful. And we've given brief explanations of each of those and where to go to for more information and more support if required. Booklet 2 is general knowledge. So we can see we've got the same format here. We've got a number of topics. Carers can click straight through. So if they're simply looking at what financial supplements and payments they may qualify for, they can go straight to that page. And what we've done here is we've put in an explanation, and we've also provided the direct link to the website. So carers can go straight to the website page that might explain the eligibility criteria and how to actually make an application for that particular payment or supplement. We've got a home page here, a home button to take us back. So we can see that this second booklet is around general knowledge, because we recognise lots of people come into caring with a very different set of knowledge, skills and experiences. So this is a type of information that we would like to expect that all carers would have access to the minute they start taking on those caring responsibilities. So understanding what Carer Gateway is and what services and supports it may be able to offer. Knowing where to go to for assistance if you're caring for an older person. Knowing your rights and how to speak up for yourself. Knowing how to make a complaint without fear of retribution. Knowing why planning ahead is so important for people. And talking through some of those legal requirements. So what is a power of attorney? How do you actually make an application for that? What's an enduring guardian? What are the benefits of an emergency care plan, and what types of things should you be including in that? What is advanced care planning, and when are those documents going to be helpful for people? And as I mentioned before, the financial assistance and services that may be able to help. And so what we've done here too is that we've provided, so if we're explaining or describing a service, we've also provided the telephone number, the hours of operation and the direct link to the website. There are also some small informational videos that have been built into the resources as well. And you can see that the booklets follow pretty much the same flow as we continue on through. When we're talking about a particular skill set or an approach that carers may like to adopt, we've given directions on how to actually apply those steps back to their own situation. The third booklet is all about self-care and taking care of you. One thing that we do know is that many carers are in a bit of a pattern of putting their own needs last. And it's really important that carers take the opportunity to focus on their own health and well-being, because we know that we can't pour from an empty cup. So this just provides some practical tips and strategies that carers may like to adopt for themselves. And we certainly recognise that this can be really difficult. So we give things opportunities to find activities throughout the day or opportunities throughout the day where carers may be able to do something for themselves. So we've just got some general tips on how to take care of yourself. Some examples of self-care activities. Taking care of your mental health and what signs or symptoms to look out for, whether it's yourself as the carer or the person that you're supporting. And here we've also got really important services to contact if people are struggling and do need that assistance. And we've also provided links and information around other services and supports carers may be able to access, such as New South Wales Health's telephone health coaching service. And we've also provided some strategies for busy people. And here we've just provided a little bit more information about building support networks. And we know that this could be about opportunities for carers to connect with people that have similar lived experiences to themselves. And then we've got a quick reference here, again, just reinforcing the role of My Aged Care, the role of Carer Gateway, and the role of Dementia Australia if you're caring for somebody with cognitive impairment. Where there's more information, we've directed people back to a different booklet if there's a bit more detail on some of these services or supports elsewhere in the resources. In each booklet, we've just got a disclaimer just to let people know that this isn't a substitute for medical advice or for legal advice. And we really do want people to seek the right information at the right time. Section 4, Booklet 4, is really about those day-to-day activities that carers may be supporting people with. So everything from helping someone with bathing, showering, dressing, transport, eating and drinking. We've got a fair bit in around the importance of hand washing and personal protective equipment, as well as if there's equipment or support that may make a difference. We've provided some information about that as well. We've got quite a bit in around safety in the home, as well as who might be able to support carers with more tailored individual advice around that. And when it comes to the actual activities themselves, we've provided some general advice around equipment that may be helpful. And we've also encouraged carers to seek health professional advice to make sure whatever equipment is being selected is fit for purpose. And also they may be able to help that person explore funding options, because some of these, some pieces of equipment are quite expensive for people. So you can see we've got tips on getting ready to do that particular activity. We've then got steps to follow if carers are needing that to break down that task into step-by-step advice. And you can see that each of these follows pretty much the same flow. So if we're now helping with a bed bath, it's the same steps. So getting ready, steps to follow. We've got a little bit around skincare, pressure injuries, pressure relieving devices, and continence care as well, because they can be a couple of the big predictors on whether someone actually may no longer be able to stay at home. So if we're having trouble supporting someone with pressure injuries and with continence problems, it may lead to that person moving into residential care. And again, we've got lots of tips and advice on where to go to for specialists for support with these needs. And again, we talk about the different allied health clinicians that may be available and may be helpful during this time. Section 5. Now, this one is something that we've had a number of requests for over the years. And it's really, how do we support carers if they're needing to assist someone with mobility? So some of that manual handling type activities. So what we've done here is, this is a baseline introduction. It gives people the building blocks to moving someone safely. If you're caring for somebody with more complex needs who might not be able to hold their own weight when they're standing up, or might have poor upper body strength, this is where we really do recommend you seek the advice of an OT or a physiotherapist around the individual needs of that person that you're caring for. So again, we just talked through the role of the different disciplines, physio, OT. There's also an independent living centre that shows people the range of equipment and supports that may be available and may be helpful for the person you're caring for. We talk a lot about safe body position. And what we've done is we've had a carer demonstrating these tasks with the person they're caring for in their own home. And what we've done is we've recorded the activity and then we've broken down the steps for people. So we have 11 instructional videos in total that can be accessed through our website, through one of these booklets, or on our YouTube channel. And so we also have tips, equipment that may be helpful, getting ready, and the actual steps to follow when you're supporting someone with this activity. And again, we can see we've got the same format for each of these. We've got the video first, some steps, equipment that may be helpful, And I'm just going to quickly play for you one of these videos so you can see that they have been designed in a way that they're short, sharp, concise, and they give clear instructions for people. So you can see this is redirecting us straight to our YouTube site. So I'm going to play part of the video, not all of it, just given the time constraints for today.
Assisting someone to get into a car. Step 1. Bring the backrest upright and slide the car seat into a position to allow space to lift the legs in. Hot tip. Place a cushion on the seat if the seat is too low. Step 2. Assist the person to walk towards the car, using their walking aid or the door frame for support. Step 3. Assist the person to turn around and take a few steps backwards, feeling for the car seat with the backs of their legs. Hot tip. Encourage the person to use the seat, dashboard, door frame or overhead handle for support. Step 4. Assist the person to slowly sit down onto the seat. Hot tip. If required, encourage or assist the person to slide their bottom further back into the seat. Step 5. Assist the person to lift their legs into the car. It's easier if you assist one leg at a time. Step 6. Ensure the person's seatbelt is safely fastened.
So you can see that we just walk through each of those steps one at a time, and we reinforce them at the end of the video. So some people choose to watch the video and then have the booklet. They may print the booklet off so that they've got those steps in front of them if they're trying an activity for the first time. Okay, so that was booklet 5, and we talk a little bit about around equipment and who to talk to and where to go if people are needing advice around specific pieces of equipment. And again, I can't emphasise enough seeking that professional advice to make sure that it is the right piece of equipment and that everybody knows how to use it safely. And booklet 6, this booklet was really about some of our carers who may be helping with more complex tasks. So in this section, we talk about some common emergencies that carers may face when caring for an older person. There's a fair bit on falls because falls contribute to I think about 35% of hospitalisations in people over 65. And there are many, many different contributing factors that we maybe can influence to reduce the risk of a fall or reduce the severity of injury if someone does have a fall. We talk again about the benefits of an emergency care plan. We talk about safe use of medications. And again, this is because many older people are taking 5 or more medications, which increases the risk of side effects and drug interactions and mistakes. We also talk a little bit about palliative and end-of-life care, and also what to do once a carer has stopped caring for that person and where to get more support. And again, you can see we've got some videos built in for people. We've got things to consider. We've got people that may be able to assist with that particular health issue or concern. With the emergency care plan too, carers can download a blank copy from Carer Gateway, as well as an emergency care card that they're able to carry around in their wallet. Safe use of medicines, we've got a fair bit of information in here, particularly around questions that you may wish to ask, equipment that may be helpful. So you can see there's a fair bit of information in each of these booklets. And what we also have done is in the introductory booklet, which I didn't mention earlier, it's got a summary of the resources, and it also has a list of the different topics. So if people are looking for a particular topic, they can go straight to the introduction, have a look at the topic, find the topic that they're interested in, and see which booklet it's in. And we also have a glossary of common terms that are used because we do love to use a lot of acronyms in aged care. And I also just wanted to really acknowledge the many carers that contributed to the design of these resources and the decision about which topics were important for carers to know and have access to. And finally, I just wanted to show you where to find these resources on our website. So as I mentioned earlier, these resources are available on the Carers New South Wales website. What you can do is when you visit the website, simply just use the search bar and type in carer skills. And we can see that we've got the booklets here that can be downloaded. And we also have links to the different skills videos as well. I've got the website here if people can't remember the Carers New South Wales website address. And finally, too, if you know any carers that might benefit from these resources, we are running either a 30-minute workshop where we talk them through just like I've done today, or we can spend 90 minutes with people where we spend a little bit more time understanding the person's caring situation, helping them navigate to answer any specific questions they may have. And carers are also welcome to join. We run a 6-week course each quarter where we spend 2 hours a week on each of the booklets, and we get an opportunity for carers to share and discuss the information that's provided. So thank you all very much for your attendance today. As I mentioned before, this session has been recorded and it will be stored on our website if it might be helpful for other people to have a look at in their free time. Please, you're also welcome to email our education and training team if you're wanting to know a little bit more about the resources, or even request a guest speaker request if you'd like us to present this to either a carer support group, or potentially if you've got a team of people supporting carers, we'd be more than happy to explore that opportunity with you as well.